Welcome back, everybody. Sarcasm Speaks. Jones is making his triumphant return. It's been a little while. Have you? Yeah, I was going to say, have you been on since Iceland? But yeah, you came on right after. But not post-retirement, right? This is the first time since you retired?
Yeah, it was the same guy.
Same guy, same time.
Yeah. I was going to come on a couple weeks ago, but I was way too hungover. Matt just came by and we kind of got after it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, all right. So here we are. We're back. We're back at it. So you and I had talked a little bit earlier, and you had brought up this whole Trump stuff. So admittedly, I don't know anything about it other than he's being indicted. He was indicted. He's on trial. Did they arrest him yet?
Yes, technically he did get arrested.
Okay. Did he get indicted?
He did get indicted.
Okay.
So the indictment was last week, I think. And then today he got arraigned, which basically sets like the schedule for the trial.
Okay. There's a lot of steps in the
what did he get arrested for?
It was for the hush money of Stormy Daniels. So what they're going to try and tell you is that gets into campaign finance stuff because of the repayment to Michael Cohen, amongst other things. Because I'm reading this right now, the 16-page indictment, and the indictment accuses him for 34 felonies for falsifying business records to violate campaign finance laws.
34 felony counts, huh?
Yeah.
It's going to be so awesome when 0 of those 34 actually stick.
How does Stormy Daniels fit into this again? I think I'm fucking missing something here.
So they banged.
Yeah. So then hush money. So he paid her to not speak.
Yep.
Right.
Obviously, she spoke.
No. I think it just came to the Inquirer through various leaks.
Huh.
Okay. So now he's arrested for that.
Is it illegal to have an affair?
I would say, what did he illegally do?
Like, so how do
they're trying to tell you is that, well, what the charge is going to be is that he used that $130,000 to repay his old fixer from campaign finance money.
Oh, so he took that money from like the pool of money that was donated to him.
As I understand it.
How? That's got to be really fucking easy to track. Like, that's got to be like ridiculously fucking easy to prove that like he did or didn't do that, right? Like, I feel like he probably has, well, he's a billionaire, right? So he probably has multiple bank accounts, but like, I'm pretty sure the whole point to bank accounts is like paper trails, and like you can see like, oh, this is the account the money came from. He's had this account since whatever, 1987. So like clearly the money that came from this account from 1987 wasn't used for campaign financing, because that was, these 7 accounts that were opened in 2014 when he opened, you know what I mean? When he announced, like, I feel like this is going to be really fucking straightforward case.
And they saying that this happened 34 times?
I think it's around just the repayment of the $130,000 to Stormy Daniels. So what I think is happening is that he paid Michael Cohen, his old-time lawyer. Michael Cohen paid Stormy Daniels, and now that Cohen flipped, he's trying to put the bucks at Trump.
So couldn't you make the argument that Cohen is indeed the one that's violated the law,
he's the
not
one.
Trump? Like, if Trump gave him the money.
Yeah, Trump's responsible for the campaign money, allegedly.
Yeah, but also, again, I mean, hey, listen, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't even pretend to be one. But I feel like it would be pretty easy to be like, yeah, I gave Cohen a sum of money. what he did with it after that is on him. Is that easy to prove in court? I don't know. I don't know court stuff.
I'm only a bird lawyer.
Yeah.
And so
I only practice bird law. So
I was watching CNN throughout the entire thing, and even they said that it's kind of a weak case. But I think it's probably just like a precursor to the federal, like the election crime stuff. And I'm reading from Politico the actual like thing from the indictment. The defendant repeatedly and fraudulently falsified New York business records to conceal criminal conduct that hid damaging information from the voting public during the presidential election. Which, I mean, that's going to be
every single fucking politician do that.
So I think that what they want you to believe is that he's just really bad, or they're that good.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like this is one of those things where, now don't get me wrong, I know the picture I'm about to paint is going to make me seem some sort of way, but let me get out ahead of that and say it's not, because I've been very clear that I hate all politicians because they're all cunts. But this situation seems like one of those things that we've seen, I don't know, at least a half a dozen times so far, that what the people on the left are trying to do is basically pin their own crimes on Trump, right? Like the whole the Hillary thing with Hillary tried to go after Trump for something. The Russia stuff. Russiagate, right? Hillary was like, oh no, Trump's a Russian agent. He took money from Russia. He did all this. They started the whole like FBI like inquiry and all that shit. And come to find out, when that information got released, they found nothing. However, was it Hillary's chief of staff or like top lawyer or like something got arrested for being a Russian spy? So it's literally like, it's happened multiple times. That's just the one that I can remember off the top of my head. But it's happened at least 3 or 4 times so far in the last few years that like whatever they're trying to accuse Trump of is actually something that like they did or they're doing actively. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, you guys are just full of shit, right? It's like, how do we pin something on? I don't know. What's all the shady shit that we do? I don't know, X, Y, and Z. All right, Trump's doing that. Let's blame it on him. No one will ever think to turn around and look at us. And it's like, these people are such giant pieces of shit that they're literally trying to do anything they can to like basically pin their own crimes on Trump. Which again, I know it sounds like I'm defending the guy, which I guess theoretically like I am in this case, but he's a piece of shit too, right? So don't get it twisted here. I'm not supporting him as a fan. I'm just kind of defending him because they're all pieces of shit. It's what it boils down to.
You can't sit here and tell me that this has never happened.
Dude, absolutely.
You can't tell me that.
Yeah.
But I think he's just so polarizing that, of course, it's going to be him.
I mean, the Democratic Party, like crown jewel, right, of the last, God, what is it now? 60 years? I call it 70 years, just in case, just to cover my bases. Who's like everyone who's a Democrat, everyone who's liberal, who's their crown jewel, right? Who do they always talk about? Oh, local guy, JFK. Oh, JFK was awesome. Oh, JFK was great. Oh man, if he never got assassinated, he would have went down as the greatest president in history of all time. Yeah, him, he was a huge piece of shit. He was banging all kinds of people in the White House. Like he was banging Marilyn Monroe. Right? I almost said Marilyn Manson. That would have been funny. Marilyn Manson wasn't even born yet. But like he was a huge piece of shit. His family was involved in the mob, right? He's cheating on his wife in the White House. Like, you're going to tell me that he never paid anyone hush money? Well, of course he did. Like, I would say maybe the next in the number 2. Well, no, that's tough now. Number 2 would probably be Obama. So the number 3, like top Democratic president in the last 70 years, Bill Clinton, right? Everyone loves Bill. Oh, Bill. Everyone loves Bill now, right? Yeah, he was so fucking good at hiding everything. He was getting blowjobs in the fucking Oval Office and got caught. You think Monica was the only one? Come on. Come on. You think it was a one and done situation for him? Nah, I don't think so. So it's just, I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Everyone, it's all really dumb. And to Finn's point, who brought this up in our group text, I've been seeing this on political Twitter a lot, and I've just been seeing it. I'm going to repeat it, and I'm going to state it. We can talk through it or whatever. I don't necessarily understand it, but the consensus seems to be, if he does actually get put in jail or something, maybe not in jail, but I think if he beats the case, they're saying like it's a shoo-in that he's going to win the presidency. And like, maybe I'm just half retarded or 3/4 retarded, but like, I don't necessarily know if I can connect the dots on that one, where it's like he gets indicted, he gets arraigned, and he beats all 34 charges, and everyone's like, well, that's it, he's going to win the election. Like, I don't, where does that come from?
I don't, because people just want to project that. I mean, the fact of the matter is he still has like 3 other cases. One of them is federal. I mean, if he beats it, yeah, I mean, he'll have momentum, but I mean,
I think that's mainly the argument, right? It's the momentum thing. And it's like to energize the base. Like, I think that's where it's coming from. But like,
I feel like more people like DeSantis more than they would let on.
Yeah.
Because Trump is still dusting him, and like,
I think it's going to be similar to what we saw in both 2016 and 2020. So both of those elections, no one really saw either result coming, right? And I would say specifically in 2016, less so in 2020. But in 2016, there were a lot of people that were like closet Trumpers, right? Because if you ask someone who they supported, they didn't want to be construed in a certain way. So they were like, oh no, I'm not going to vote for Trump. But like, obviously they were lying because Trump won, right? So like, going into the 2016 election, all of the polls showed that Hillary was going to win in a landslide, right? Like, people were like, this isn't even going to be close. This is going to be, was it Reagan Dukakis, where Reagan absolutely fucking blew him out of the water. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, it's the second coming, whatever, all this. And then Trump fucking wins. So like, clearly people were uneasy about being truthful, right? Because they didn't want to be like judged, basically. I think the same kind of thing is happening, except for DeSantis this time, where Trump has all this energy. It's like Trump's like the rah-rah guy. And, he's the Republican, he's the go, it's yeah. And for someone to be like, oh yeah, no, I would vote for DeSantis, because people that are Trump fans are so like caustic, right? And they're so quick to like get riled up. I feel like it's a lot easier for people to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to vote for Trump. Yeah, totally. And then when they get to the polls, they're going to vote for DeSantis. That's kind of like,
this is all insane. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, oh yes. One. Yeah.
Sure.
Because I read the article that again, I'm just a common idiot, but usually if you write an article, and I went to the BBC. BBC seems to be fairly down.
Yeah. Probably like center left.
Or it seems to be like less opinions.
Yeah.
On most of their stuff.
Especially because it's not this country.
Right? Exactly. I think that's why I go to it.
Yeah.
And they are media, so yeah, they'll go a little left. But like, it seems to be at least like, this is what happened. Like, I don't need the commentary. I don't fucking care. But even them explaining what happened, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And then it's like, the court case to me doesn't make any fucking sense. Then this is like the fucking the Johnny Cochran defense. So that doesn't make sense. And then when everyone's saying, well, if Trump gets off, like, he's a shoo-in. How the fuck does that make any sense?
Right.
He just fucking lost.
Right.
So how the fuck would him getting to court over something and not losing, How would that make him a shoo-in? Like, what logical fucking train gets us on those rails? Like, I just don't fucking get it. And then like people being like embarrassed to say they like DeSantis. It's like, embarrassed of who? Embarrassed of what?
Yeah.
Like, fuck. It
I
doesn't
think
make
it's
it
mostly
just,
like they don't want to catch like
the
they don't
red
want to
wave.
catch they don't want to catch the shit. Yeah, no, the red wave that never came, the puddle. They don't want to catch the shit from the Trump, like the true Trumpers. That'll be like, oh, you're hurting
Where
the
are these
party, you're
people? Like,
dividing us.
where are these people? Because if we're talking polls, that's regular people, yeah.
Yeah.
Ideally, yeah.
So where are these regular people gonna run into so much shame and hate? Like, where? Like,
Well,
do you have to
most
like?
people are
Is
stupid.
it like the fucking is like the Scarlet Letter? Like, you have to wear who you polled for?
That's
So like
probably
someone
what
at
some people
Market
think.
Basket is gonna come up to me and be like, "How could you pick DeSantis when Trump's still out there? Didn't you hear? He's gonna beat the case and he's gonna gain all that momentum. Didn't you hear? That's a waste of a vote."
It's all about momentum.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Has the odds changed at all from a gambling perspective since today?
I can check.
Yeah. What are you
I don't know
gonna
what they were.
I don't know. Do domestics
No, you
are
can't.
they
You can't bet
allowed?
on you.
Yeah,
You
they're
can't on
not.
bet. You can't bet on U.S. politics in the
Yeah,
country.
I was gonna say they're probably I don't think they were allowed to. So let's check my bookie.
I'm on it. Where
Which,
is U.S. politics?
Since we are on my bookie, you can go to mybookie.com and use the promo code sarcasm pod, and that will double your first deposit up to $1,000.
So the odds: Joe Biden plus 180, Trump plus 245, DeSantis plus 340. That's pretty close.
That is pretty close.
Yeah.
And then after that, it drops Kamala Harris 25-1. So she ain't winning.
Gross.
No, I mean it's gonna be a 3-person race between Biden, Trump, and DeSantis, and whoever wins DeSantis and Trump. I mean, I can't wait to see those debates.
I mean, I'm rooting
honestly-
for the chaos.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you with us on the show where we outlined the potential for like utter madness?
When was that?
This was probably back in like September, October. So there is a possibility that if Trump so say DeSantis wins the party nomination, if Trump runs as a independent, right, then
yeah, you need Biden to run for re-election, DeSantis to get the Republican.
And so the vote gets split and no one receives the whatever the number is. I'm going to make it up. Say 250 electoral votes. Like no one reaches the 250 electoral vote threshold because Trump pulled so much as an independent. Then the vote goes to Congress and everyone in Congress votes. And then however that goes is who wins. And the Republicans hold the majority in Congress. So then DeSantis would win the presidency.
But the best part too is the Republicans are split because some of them like Trump and some of them don't. So then it's like,
but I think,
do they stick by their guns and stick with Trump?
I think it's a simple majority.
Yes, but like, so now the best part about that chaotic situation is if the Republicans in the House are split, even a little bit, like just fractured. Which they are.
Yeah.
So then it's like, are they really going to stick by their guy Trump or not Trump and jeopardize the Republican nominee?
Well, I mean, they already did that with McCarthy. I mean, that took fucking a week almost.
But the problem I see, so say, because I don't know what the split is in the House. Let's just say it's 60% Republicans. Well, if they go 30, 30, and 40, guess what? The Democrat just won because you people are too fucking stuck up to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, that's another chance too. So I just looked at it. The I would imagine this is the 118th Congress. The House lineup is 222 Republicans and 213 Democrats. So that's
so
pretty
they
close.
can't fracture at all.
No.
I think that's what screwed McCarthy forever.
So that's what, 9?
Yeah,
That's a
if he
difference
missed
of
5
9.
votes,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, because there was no red wave.
Yeah, I mean, if the red wave came, what would it have been? Like 85% Republicans?
Yeah, the way they were projecting it, sure.
I would be all for that though.
I'm so down for that.
Yeah,
it's the only thing I want.
Truthfully, I don't even really care who wins it. I just want that to happen. Like, I just want the president to be decided by I don't know if it's all of Congress or just the House of Representatives.
Because in the election special 16, you said the Senate goes to vice president, right?
Yeah, if there's a dead heat in the Senate, the vice president is the tie-breaking vote. Like if it's a 50-50 split.
Tell me on that.
Is it 50-50 right now?
No, it's 50.
Oh, it's 49-48 Republican. So it's 49-48 and 3. So there's 3 independents.
Bernie, and then the other people.
Yeah, other people that I don't know, which is good because I shouldn't know them. So yeah, it's real tight. So even if it does go to all of Congress, it's going to be tight. And if it is just the House of Representatives, then they have a 9-vote majority. So I would say most likely if we do get the chaos scenario, Biden would probably win.
I think that would be I think that would be hysterical.
Yes, as do I.
You went to the Congress peoples. Members of Congress got to the vote, and the Republicans still couldn't fucking figure it out, and they sabotaged themselves. That's the best, situation for me, for the comedic aspect of it.
Oh, 100%.
Talk about like the Bruins of all time, too. That's a Bruins.
That is a Bruins move.
Yeah. All you had to do was not be complete idiots. And instead, you decided to be full idiots.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. But in order to get that to happen, DeSantis needs to win the nomination and Trump needs to run as an independent, which I'm like 99% sure he would run as an independent.
Yeah, if he didn't get the nomination.
Because at the end of the day, I believe everything is just a suggestion, which when you think about it this way, it makes it even more fucking hilarious because even though they do like the primary elections, at the very end of the day, it's the DNC and the GOP or the RNC. So it's the DNC and the RNC are the two, like, man behind the curtain, if you will. They're the ones that nominate the candidate. So literally 99.999% of the time, right? It's whoever wins all of the primary elections or most of the primary elections is who the DNC, RNC would nominate to be their candidate. However, there is nothing in any sort of law or charter or anything that states whoever wins the most primary elections has to be the candidate.
Wasn't that the tinfoil hat scenario last year?
Yeah,
or last election. The Democrats were just going to trot out Hill Dog again or something.
Yeah. So it is purely up to the powers that be, if you will, the men behind, it's mostly men. I would maybe a woman or two behind the curtain to announce who the nominee is going to be. So, I mean, Trump could go through and clean up in the primaries, which he probably won't, right? It'll probably still be pretty close. But like, even if Trump wins all the primaries or most of the primaries, I should say, the RNC could come out and be like, yeah, we're going to nominate DeSantis as our guy. he's going to run on the Republican ticket. So like that's not out of the question.
We might get it. We might, if you know what, if that happens, that situation, we might get rid of the 2-party system.
Which would be good for everybody.
Which is phenomenal. Yeah.
Well, the only problem is it would either be one or it would be many, because the Democrats would either completely own everything, or there would be so much fracture that there'd be like 8 parties.
Yeah.
I'm down for 8.
I'm down for 8.
I'm not down for 1, but
yeah, I think it's I hate this analogy when people bring shit like this up, but I think the Scandinavian countries have like 6 different political parties.
I mean,
most European countries do.
And they all, I think it's a European thing. Most European countries have like 6 different political parties that all kind of like vie for power at different times. Like the 2-party system is like pretty fucking stupid. And it's very much
it's
like
even dumber
thing.
watching it in action. It makes it even dumber.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is so stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, who knows? It could be, again, I always root for chaos. And if that's the situation that we get so who knew, right? Like the fucking psycho narcissist prick Trump could be the one to like break the US political system actually for the better, right? Like he's such a terrible fucking person and candidate that he breaks the system to make it better. That would be like true, like poetic justice, right? Like that would be the ultimate, like, this is incredible. Like if that does happen, I'd be like, we have to be living in a simulation. Like the world is fake, right? Like everything is fake. Someone wrote this as a TV show, right? Like we're just living in someone's TV show.
Yeah, it's not a very good one either, though.
No.
I think
Jones is frozen.
Seems happy though.
Yeah. He looks high, frozen. So we'll see if he gets bounced and if he comes back in, or if he just unfreezes randomly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, that's unfortunate because he sent me something else that he wanted to talk about, and I also know nothing about this, and I was looking forward to getting his take on it.
Well, he's out now.
Yeah. See if he comes back in.
Well, to kill the time, I'll give a quick shout out.
Yeah.
I would love to give a quick shout out to whatever the fuck. So I got a tattoo today, and the artist used some sticky thing just to cover it all. By far, the worst part about any of it was getting that fucking thing off. It hurt so fucking bad.
Was it like saran wrap?
No, it was like fucking Remember when you used to have to cover your books and there was like the clear thing?
Oh,
and you
yeah,
just like
yeah,
stick it to the book?
Yeah.
It's more like that.
Oh, Jesus.
It was sticky. Like that was the thing. It was sticky. It was, if you rub a little hot water on it, it'll come off easy. It did not fucking come off easy. And it fucking hurts like hell.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was gonna puke up in the basement ripping it off. So quick shout out to whatever product that is. That can fucking rot in hell. I didn't find anything wrong with the saran wrap or the little bandage thing and tape, medical tape. The shit that comes off.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you were.
So now that we have Jones back, the other thing you sent me that you wanted to cover was Kid Rock versus the tranny and Bud Light.
Yeah, apparently I didn't really do a whole lot of digging. I just saw this and I thought it was hilarious. So apparently, Kid Rock had a very violent response following Bud Light's collaboration with transgender influencer, whatever. Yeah, so basically he just doesn't like Bud Light because they sponsored an influencer that's also trans. and he shot a bunch of Bud Lights with a machine gun. Because why wouldn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. So I have seen the Twitter outrage over the I always fuck this up. The transgender woman, right? You say like transgender and then what they want to be, what they're trying to be, right? And so the transgender woman who's actually a dude is like now a sponsor for Bud Light. So, like I said, I've seen all the people flipping out about it on Twitter. Vinny has proclaimed that he's officially a Coors Light guy now, which, hey, if you guys own stock in Anheuser-Busch, you might want to fucking sell. I mean, it might be too late now, but yes, Vinny's declared himself a Coors Light guy.
That's so unfortunate. Coors Light tastes like shit.
Yeah, that's what I said. I go, dude, Miller Lite is good. Like, as far as light beer go, like shitty light beer, like Miller Lite is fine, right? And he's like, no,
You should just go back to High Life. You should have High Life.
Yeah,
Oh, gross.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know that Kid Rock was getting involved and going after her. But that's funny. I don't drink Bud Light anyway, so I haven't drank Bud Light in quite some time.
Well, when I drink Bud Light, it's because I'm drinking for distance, and anything that Kid Rock does or doesn't do, I'm unaffected because it's about me and what I'm doing. And if I need to drink for distance, it's probably going to be Bud Light or High Noons.
Last time I had Bud Light was in New Orleans. So yeah, I'm with you, dads.
Yeah. I mean, I had some a couple weekends ago in Charleston. I just don't care. What's the issue? They did a commercial with trans people. What the fuck was the problem?
They took the trans person and they're now like a sponsor of Bud Light.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Kid Rock, clearly.
Well, yeah.
I don't get
it.
I
don't know.
I don't get it.
There's certain things
I think my fucking
I have to draw the line.
I think my
sports.
comprehension today is just not fucking getting it. Like I just am not understanding anything today.
Yeah.
Like maybe like again, I know I'm an idiot. Probably mentally challenged, but like what the like I don't know, man. Like if you care that much to post a video of you because I had to go back because I saw the video, but I never actually watched it. Or I saw that someone sent the video, but I never actually watched it. If you take a machine gun to fucking Bud Light, it just seems like a waste of fucking ammo. Because I don't think ammo is very cheap.
No, it's not.
I don't know. That's like what I think is like you care that much.
Yeah.
Just don't drink it and move on with your life. I don't know. It seems like a lot of work to be people.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, what were you saying?
Insufferable asshole problem.
Oh, God.
That's true. That's true. But like I said before, like I draw the line somewhere, but it's not there, right? Like I draw the line at like sports, right? With the whole transgender thing, like transgender women should not compete with biological women, right? Like that's pretty fucking straightforward. Like someone that was a dude for most of their life should not be able to compete against biological women in sports. I think like anyone that's fucking sane would agree with that. But like outside of like competition in sports and stuff, like I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck if someone wants to like stick a fucking dildo on their head and call themselves a unicorn. Like you do you, man. Like I don't care. Like it's my comprehension level for that. It'd be about right where Dats is right now. But like, who am I to tell you that you can't, think you're a unicorn with a dildo on your head? Like that's totally fine, man. But like, I don't know. Like it's just weird that people get like all hot and bothered about certain things when it like it just doesn't matter. Like I said, the sports thing matters, right? Like there's maybe not in most sports, right? Like because anytime my immediate thought is like contact sports, right? Because the big issues are like UFC and boxing and like I said, combat sports or whatever else
individual individual or like performance sports. So it's like throwing the shot put. It's like that's not even a remotely fair argument. Like you cannot just trot a guy.
And obviously, like the swimming thing with Leah Thomas and that whole shit. Like, if you want to, if you have a transgender woman competing against other women in like archery, okay, I don't think there's a biological advantage in archery. So like, I'm fine with that. So even within my original context of the sports, there's even nuance within that too, right? Like bowling, I don't think there's a biological advantage in bowling. So it's like there's certain sports where like it doesn't matter, but most sports I put my foot down. But again, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck, right? Like someone's a transgender woman, like they're a dude that wants to be a woman. Okay, cool. Not for me. But I'm not going to tell you that you can't do that. Just don't fucking shake your ass and dick in front of little kids, because that's also where I put my foot down.
I think it's a universal putting the foot down.
You'd be surprised.
There's people want pedophile to be a sexual orientation. So
yeah, and people are bringing their kids to drag shows, which is a legitimate problem. They're calling them family-friendly drag shows. And there's like dudes, again, dressed up as women, which again, fine. If that's your thing, that's what you want to do, cool. You want to like go to a club and like wave your dick in a banana hammock, even though you're like presenting as a woman, fine. You want to do that at a club, people pay to get in, no problem. Whatever, man. Again, not for me, but some people are into it. That's cool. I don't kink shame. But you want to do that for small children? Nope. Sorry. Don't think so. So, there's certain things here where I think it's rational. I think it's very rational for someone to draw those lines where I have drawn them. But hey, who knows? I've been wrong in the past. Maybe I
believe on this record, you've been called a bigot.
Yes, I believe so. Probably by myself.
Definitely by me.
For sure. All right, what else we got? What else we got going on? Jones, anything else you want to talk about?
Do we want to trade Mac Jones?
Oh God.
No.
Yeah, For
no.
who? For who?
No, because then you're gonna have to go to the draft.
Yeah.
Stroud and Young won't be there. Levis probably isn't there, leaving you with Anthony Richardson.
Who also probably won't be there at 14.
He could. I don't know. I mean, I think at some point people are going to recognize that he's not great at football. Yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
And maybe they don't want to go get him at 8, 3, whatever. But if they trade Mac and then end up drafting Anthony Richardson, I'm seriously evaluating which football team I fucking root for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just dumb, right? Like, because what was you and Vinny were talking about? Was it Jimmy G? There were like rumors that we were trying to trade Mac for Jimmy G or something.
No, it was just that he was floated around to the Commanders, a few other teams, the Buccaneers.
So that was just a Vinny fact?
Probably.
I don't think you can trade someone that you signed to a free agent contract before they play for you.
Yeah, probably not. There's probably something in the CBA about
I'm fairly certain you can't do that.
So yeah, either way, like,
because you're not trading them for a player.
Yeah, but also still, like, you have him for 2 more years on a rookie deal.
You have him for 3 more years.
Yeah,
If you want to pick up
the 5th year option is
still going to be a bargain.
Cheaper, yeah, it's cheaper than you would have to pay him.
It'll be probably under $20 million.
Yeah,
which if he's a starting quarterback, that's cheap.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I don't see how you look at last year and use that as a fucking even remotely fair measuring stick. That was fucking comical.
Yeah.
And no one said this in 2021. Everyone was at least happy with how he performed.
Right.
And they just didn't like him last year. But the fucking team, they didn't have a fucking offensive coordinator. How the fuck is a second-year quarterback supposed to go out there and give a legitimate effort and a legitimate fucking sample size of like his performance without a fucking offensive coordinator and a special teams coordinator as his fucking quarterback coach. That's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
So never mind. He's still cheap. I really don't want them to go for a fucking draft pick. Because not for nothing, Mac Jones 2 years ago was the 15th overall pick. Now you're picking 14. How much fucking better than Mac Jones is a rookie gonna be?
So the 5th-year option is $20 million.
Yeah, that's so cheap.
If
Still cheap.
Well, actually, it would be more than that. He made a Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So the way
alternate, does that count?
Maybe. You'd have to look into the language of it, but
Yeah.
so the way the 5th-year option works in this CBA, I have it right now. I'm looking at it. So this is for the 2020 first round class. So these numbers could be up a little bit. But so the basic 5th round option for someone in 2020 as a quarterback is just over 20 million. It's like 20.2 million. If they hit playtime bonuses, which I don't know what they are, it just says playtime bonuses, it goes up to 23 million. If they make one Pro Bowl, it's 29.5 million. And if they make more than one Pro Bowl, it's 32.5 million.
All right,
So you're
so that's
basically
getting
almost going rate for quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Pro Bowl alternate counts.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep, I got it right here. I do know. Players who are named to exactly one Pro Bowl on the original ballot, quote, or parentheses, not as an alternate,
Perfect.
will be eligible for the increase. Multiple Pro Bowls is the same thing on the original ballot.
Which that would be a bill thing thrown in his contract.
Well, I would say luckily in the AFC, he won't be making a Pro Bowl on the original ballot.
Yeah.
There's just too many better quarterbacks.
Yeah. Also, Jones, that's not his contract. That's just like with the new CBA. Like with the new CBA, when they redid the rookie deals, like it's like flat across the board.
Yeah,
like
everything's
all rookies
slotted.
get paid the same.
But Bill fucking jacks off of that shit
Oh yeah. Yeah.
with that semantics.
Yeah. I mean, there's no need to trade him this year.
No.
If he sucks next year, then have the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he sucks next year, like,
I mean, Lamar Jackson might still be playing for the Ravens this season.
yeah.
So if you want him next year, you can maybe work a trade. But like on the franchise tag, it's automatically 2 first-round picks.
Right.
So I know Bill won't be he's not signing up for that.
Yeah.
Because he could take 2 first-round picks and turn it into 12 6th-round picks. And he just can't give up that kind of draft capital.
The value there is unrivaled.
Yeah, where's the chart? Is there a chart for that?
Yeah, Bill Parcells, I think, invented it.
I think it was Jimmy Johnson, but whatever.
Oh, yeah,
it's like,
whatever. Same guy.
Whatever.
Former Cowboys head coach. Both kind of fucking pieces of shit.
I just don't know why you would fucking trade him right now. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
No, it doesn't. There's more things that don't make sense.
Yeah, again, it's just like a day that's like today is just a day of lack of comprehension. I just don't get it. Like, what the fuck was that sticker thing for the tattoo?
Yep.
Like, what is going on? I don't know. Although it was probably a pretty good day not to be on Twitter. Because I know, like, the Masters today was the press conferences. I just don't fucking care. I do not care about the rollback, and I do not care about live or not live. Because all these tough guys, too, fucking Roars played a practice round with Koepka. Like, I am so fucking sick of, like, the fake tough guys. Billy Ho.
Well, Bruce came out last week in an interview and was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what's going on, but like, I still talk to Rory like pretty frequently.
Yeah,
and
they all do.
He made
and
a
Cam
comment,
Smith's like, I don't have any enemies.
Yeah, and he made a comment like, I get it though. He's got to protect his brand. He's got to be vocal. He's the lead guy. He's like, I understand.
Ultimately,
like
they're fucking golfers.
Yeah, there's no love lost between any of them. Like, they're all friends. The only one who's probably going to be a cocksucker to them is Tiger, because
Yeah.
Tiger's just
And
kind
how,
of a cocksucker.
yeah, but how'd that go with Bryson? It's like,
Yeah.
I texted Tiger on about something. He
About
never
happy
answered
birthday.
me,
Said happy birthday.
which would have been in December. I don't know why that's coming out now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he never answered me. Well, they played a practice round too, so I guess it's not that fucking bad.
Yeah. But also, like, because
I heard Patrick Reed played a practice round by himself. That makes sense.
yes, everyone hates Patrick Reed. But I forget who. It might have been Riggs, or it might have been someone from I don't know. It's one of the golf podcasts that I follow on Instagram. They were like, imagine texting Tiger Woods happy birthday and expecting a response.
You could text me happy birthday. First of all, if you even know when my birthday is. And second of all, you ain't getting an answer. Or you're getting a fucking condescending answer back.
Yeah. Like, imagine like texting Tiger Woods saying happy birthday and then being upset that he didn't respond to you. It's Tiger fucking Woods, dude. He probably gets
stupid.
1,000 text messages on that day.
Like, why can't someone just fucking like just something? Just like just fucking stop. Like,
yeah.
Best week of the year, and I cannot watch live from.
Yeah. Although I will say
I'm not doing it.
I watched live
you can't
from
convince me otherwise.
Last night for about 5 minutes, and I
Because all they were
could
talking about
not.
was the rollback, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I could not believe that of the panel of the 4 guys that were talking, Randall fucking Chambly was the guy that I agreed with. The other 3 guys on the panel were like, oh, it needs to happen. It needs to do this. And the numbers say this. And Brandel fucking Chambly, who I cannot fucking stand. If he was sinking in a pit of quicksand, I would turn around and walk the other way. But he was the guy that was like, I've looked at the numbers. I've done the math. I don't see where anyone comes up with any of this. It doesn't make any sense. He goes, these numbers seem cherry picked. There's not a thing. Right. Like the math is incorrect. Like there is no actual mathematical reason for any of this. And I forget who was sitting next to him.
Probably Paul McGinley, the Irish dude.
Yeah.
Paul McGinley.
And his response was, well, it's more about the eye test. And you just look at these guys playing today, and the games just play differently. They just hit different shots. You just watch the game, and the game is just different. And it's like, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, so Brandel Chambly just actually rebutted all 3 of you doofuses with like legitimate points, and you just completely ignore it.
This is why I can't watch.
Well, it's about the eye test. So, but before Chambly said anything, it was about the numbers and the stats. But he refuted all your numbers and fake stats. Now it's about the eye test.
Well, yeah, we're playing both sides. That way you always come out on top.
And then the bald guy who was on the other side of him, I don't know his name either, but he had glasses. No, he wasn't bald. Sorry. Gray hair. Like kind of looks tall and skinny, even though he was sitting down. But either way, he was like, he kept saying, he was like arguing with Brandel as Brandel was talking, like cutting him off, being like, yeah, but what about 20 years from now? He just kept saying, what about 20 years from now? He said it like 4 times. And Chambly just like kept going and just kept refuting all the points that they were saying. And I literally, that happened in a span of about 7 minutes, and I changed the channel. And I was like, I'm good with this. Like this stupid fucking ball thing has got me so fucked up that I can't watch live from, like you said, and it has me agreeing with Brandel Chambly, who I fucking hate. So like that's where we're at right now with that stupid bullshit.
Yep, too stupid.
Yeah.
Are we like a loop, like a wormhole? Like retard?
Yeah, I think we're in like season 7 of like a show, right? Where like the writers are just getting paid to like show up at this point, and like everything just sucks now, right? Like usually when a show goes on for too long, it's like you jump the shark, if you will. We jumped the shark probably right around 2014. I think we jumped the shark as a society, and now we're just dealing with shitty fucking storylines.
Well, I mean, if you think about the simulation, the fact that the fucking apprentice became president, that was probably it. Like, no one's sitting there going, hey, guys, up there, this one doesn't add up.
Yeah.
No, actually, in fact, people just got even more. I'm done. I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Final thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good, perfect.
Let's wrap this up.
Good. Because my chest hurts and I have a final thought. Just needed to show up. At what point do drive-through lines in food delivery just absolutely become not remotely worth the headache? Because they're supposed to be convenient, right?
Ideally.
Of which they are not. I went the other day. Nah, this was a little while ago, but whatever. So I took Leo with me just to go get coffee. So I'm like, all right, I'll just rip through the drive-through, whatever. Me and him will go, fine. And the drive-through is in the fucking street.
Yikes.
The street. And I'm like, okay. So I go inside. There's nobody inside. I get a coffee. The line didn't move. I get a coffee and I leave. This is happening more and more frequently. And then the other thing too is with a lot of like the delivery stuff, like using DoorDash, whatever, it's like, you know, you order DoorDash, then you got to wait for someone to go get it, wait for them to pick it up, wait for them to find the place, probably fuck it up. And then eventually you get your food like an hour later.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just went and picked it up, you probably could have called, ordered it, left the house, got it, been back. So at what point do these things just like not fucking be worth it anymore? Because I'm starting to see a point where they're fucking not to me.
Yeah.
Like both delivery and drive-through lines specifically.
I would say third-party delivery, like a DoorDash or a Grubhub or something like that. Because like if you're calling a pizza place for delivery, like they're literally going to cook it and then bring it to you.
Well, the other thing, like the last time I had a Chinese order, like they took the order for delivery, and then like, you know, it wasn't here in an hour. Called them. Yeah, no, it's on the way. It's like it's not on. Like, what do you mean it's on the way? You guys are 12 minutes away from here. It took another half hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think they're accepting orders, but they don't have enough drivers.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of just going to pick it up. I mean, everything that we order from around here is like relatively close. So like I don't have to drive more than 10 minutes to go get something.
I just think these things that are supposed to be designed for convenience are just absolutely, it's more convenient to not use the convenience now.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Like, it's like, I don't know how many more drive-thrus I need to see hit the street in empty stores.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Coffee Connection in North Attleboro. Great spot. I've talked about them before, but not a sponsor, but they could be. They sure as fuck could be. I spend enough money there. But I think I might have talked about this before, but I have like a very strict rule that it's like 2 by 2, right? It's like 2 coffees, 2 food items is the max for the drive-through, right? Like if I have to go get an order for something, like if people are over and I have to go get like a bunch of order, like if I have to go get like 4 coffees and like 3 or 4, whether it's breakfast sandwiches or muffins or donuts, whatever, I'm going inside. You get 2. So you're allowed to get 2 coffees and 2 food items in the drive-through. Anything more than that, you got to go inside, because otherwise, like, you get drive-through lines that back up to the fucking street, like no matter where you are. And it happens all the time. It happens at every like drive-through coffee place you can find, right? Because people will like sit in the drive-through and order like 4 coffees, 3 donuts, 2 breakfast sandwiches, and then sit there in the drive-through line. And it's like, hey man, like you just said, it's supposed to be convenient. It's supposed to be fast, but now we're all sitting here like, what the fuck? So it's annoying as fuck. Jones, you got a final thought?
I do. So I just found this thing on Twitter, and they did the ballpark foods tier list, which is pretty fucking good. So we have the ice cold beer, which is the best tier. The S tier is hot dogs, popcorn, and peanuts, it looks like. A list is like all your hot dog products and nachos and some ice cream. B list is looks like a chicken sandwich, and they have burgers as the worst thing you can get at a ballpark. I don't necessarily agree with.
And tacos. Don't forget tacos.
Yeah, tacos too. You can appropriately handle your burgers and tacos in the ballpark, I feel like.
No, tacos just kind of suck in general. We know how strongly Bob feels about tacos.
No, it's not just tacos. It's
Every time, I mean, you obviously see this because I send it to you on Instagram, but every time I see a recipe on Instagram where it's like this big elaborate thing, we're going to like braise these short ribs and do this all day and cook it, break it down, all this stuff, and then put it all in tacos. I always send those to them just to piss them off.
yeah, I mean, sometimes people make a whole rack of ribs, smoke it for probably 6 hours, pull the bones out, cut it up, and then put it in tacos. I'm like, just eat the fucking ribs.
Yeah.
Like all that work for fucking tacos. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think tacos also get severely overrated in general. But my biggest pet peeve is the doing like a low and slow something so that you can like what would be a normal meal, like as it stands, and then you make it into tacos. It's like, was that fucking worth it? Like, you sure? Because I don't think it was.
Tacos
I don't know.
are also the inferior Mexican dish. Burritos are way fucking better.
Yeah, I don't
Which
know.
are
I wouldn't want to eat tacos at a ballpark. Too messy.
Yeah. Way too
but a
messy.
burrito?
Burger. I don't know. It just seems weird to eat at a stadium.
Yeah, it does seem really weird to get a burger at a stadium. It's like hot dog, sausage, or like that's it.
Yeah. Chicken fingers would be fine.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Chicken
I don't know.
fingers are.
There's somewhere. I mean, again, you have to be like 12. I'm not going to a ballpark anytime soon, so I don't really have to worry about it. But yeah, I mean, like when I think ballpark, peanuts, yes. I guess if you're allergic to peanuts, popcorn's fine. Like I wouldn't want to eat popcorn at the stadium.
No, I wouldn't.
Just give me the
either.
peanuts. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we either get like a dog, a sausage, or like again, if I want chicken fingers and fries, cool. But
Well, you probably want to buy both a hot dog and a sausage so you can sit on one and then eat the other one.
oh, I just figured I was gonna sit on a parking cone that's like like the wet floor thing or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, corn dogs I think are gross.
Yeah, I
Those-
wouldn't eat a corn dog.
Is that in the A tier? Is it a corn dog or are those mozzarella sticks? I think those are corn dogs.
Those are corn dogs on the A tier. Yeah.
Yeah, corn dogs are fucking disgusting. Pizza is another one that's
a little weird for a ballpark.
Yeah, I don't know if I would get that at a ballpark.
I definitely wouldn't because the whole lactose thing.
Yeah, you will not tolerate pizza.
I will not tolerate such things.
I love that they threw that stupid fucking Frito thing on there. That's fucking terrible. The abomination of a fucking food. It's literally like you cut a bag of Fritos in half and you poured shit on top of the Fritos, and now you're gonna eat it. It's like, all right. It's sick, man. Like you poured like shitty cheese, raw jalapenos, and like a poor excuse for chili, probably, right? Like it's just gross. That stupid fucking Frito. People eat that shit out of Frito bag. Just get chili.
surprised
If you want chili, just get chili.
I'm surprised candy's down so low on the list.
Yeah, I probably
like-
because it's like $11 for a box of fucking M&Ms.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd say overall though, it's a solid list.
I mean, hot dogs are definitely like the number one thing you get at a game.
Well, yeah, I mean, the only time I ever eat a hot dog would be if I'm at a ballpark, which I haven't been to one in forever, and I don't know when the next time I'll ever actually eat a hot dog is either. Not a hot dog guy. Give me sausages all day, but don't like hot dogs. Something about a good ballpark Frank, though. Just feels right. All right. Well, I will go to my final thought, which I'm not sure if you guys knew this or anything, but everything is racist now, including coffee. I saw this not too long ago where people came out and said coffee is racist because back in the day, they used slaves to, what do you do? Cultivate coffee beans? Is that the proper terminology? And so by drinking coffee, you're promulgating slavery. So coffee is racist.
So wearing clothes is racist too, then, right? Because they're made out of cotton.
No, because those are the yellow people, and people don't care about that.
Cotton?
Oh, cotton. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I think they're saying like, yeah, I don't know, who the fuck knows. My brain originally went to like Taiwan and Indonesia, like those people.
Cotton. Back in the day, they farmed cotton.
The social justice warriors don't care about Asian people.
The cotton gin.
Yeah. No, I follow you now. Yeah. So who knows? No. Well, I mean, none of this makes sense. Come on, this is the whole episode. Nothing makes sense. They're just selective. They're very selective in what they call racist and why they call it racist. So the other thing that I saw that I thought was absolutely hilarious, that I actually laughed out loud. I saw someone say, or they used the term digital blackface. So I was like, what the fuck is this? So I looked it up, or I looked like more in Twitter. You know, I searched through the annals of Twitter, and I found that people were talking about if you are not black and you use a GIF, right, or GIF, depending on who the fuck you are and how you say it, it doesn't matter. But if you use a GIF of a black person and you're not black, that is the equivalent of using blackface, of basically painting your face black and walking around. So they call it digital blackface. And now there's a legitimate effort for people out there that are saying, if you're not black, you should not be allowed to use a GIF or meme or anything that involves a black person.
I'm just gonna light myself on fire. I think that's easier.
Yeah, because you don't want to be guilty of digital blackface.
People need fucking hobbies.
Yeah.
Way too much time on their hands.
Yeah, or they should just light themselves on fire.
Maybe people just like sharing funny GIFs or memes because they're fun and funny.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So
I don't care anymore. I'm going nihilist. I believe in nothing.
That is going to do it for us. So thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to click the thumbs up and subscribe above. Tell everybody you know about the show. If you're audio only, also subscribe, please, and thank you. If you use Apple and Spotify or Spotify, I should say, you can leave us a review over there. So if you did that, that would be much appreciated. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod, on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. We're on Facebook at Sarcasm Speaks. Website is sarcasmspeaks.com. You go to the merch store, buy some merch. Yeah, there it is. You can get anything with the logo on it, like these sick coasters that Jones has. Thank you to grillyourassoff.com. Use the promo code SarcasmPod to get 10% off your entire order every single time you check out over there. I will report once I get my Sailor Jerry barbecue sauce that I bought the other day. It hasn't come in yet, but I think it'll be here sometime this week. Maybe I'll have it by the time this episode comes out on Thursday. Who knows? So that's going to do it. Until next time, good night, everybody.